Good evening and welcome to the WFO Racing League Eighmey Contract and Tuesday Night Truck Series live at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's a flat track, it's 1 mile, and it's a tricky one. That's why I like it so much. I'd rather be racing tonight than broadcasting, but these days that seems like it's most of my dilemma. I'm up in the booth when I want to be out in the truck or out in the car, so it's all right, though. I'll get back to racing soon enough, but right now we're going to bring you a race, and it'll be a great one. Race number 8 of the season over here at the WFO Racing League, and season 12. So we've been around a long time, 12 seasons. Every season, we've had a live broadcast for the 2 series too, so pretty big numbers right there. And I'm sure we're going to head into season 13 and beyond. So we've been around a while, and we plan on being around a little while more. I mean, that's just how it goes. But welcome to the stream tonight. It should be some really, really good racing. I don't know how many laps we got, but I can say probably 140 laps based off what I see on the website. So that's the guess that I'm going to throw out there, and probably right, but I'm not going to brag if I am. In 140, it is New Hampshire. That could be too many, but I don't think so. We got a great group of guys over here at WFO. Good group of racers. And I expect low caution count even, possibly. Great racing, low caution count. You know, no fast repairs here. So you tear your truck up, wad it up quickly, and that's it. That's what you got for the race. You're not getting another one, is what I'm saying. But it is good to be back in the booth this week. And not having any problems going on, so I should be here tonight, tomorrow night, and probably the rest of the season. And I do want to give a shout-out to DMS, Dead Man Strolling, on Twitch. Check his channel out if you haven't done so already. He's got a good Twitch channel over there, and he is a big help in the broadcast booth. And I'm sure he'll be in here tonight sometime or another. And if not, he'll definitely be here tomorrow night. Let's see if I can find that number 2 for you, Vicky. I don't know if he's on the racetrack, but if he is, then we're going to go ahead and take a look at that Jegs machine right there. Give you a little bit closer view of the 2 truck. And we'll count that as a driver of the day vote for this guy, too. So that's going to be a vote for the 2 truck right here. Mike Mitchell. Always like the paint on this truck every time I see it. I think the Jegs machine looks good out there. And Jegs, one of my favorite go-to for parts. I guess I split it between Jegs and Summit. Then, of course, the necessary stuff you got to get off of eBay. We'll take a look at the starting grid in just a minute. Hi, Cindy. How are you doing? And welcome to the stream tonight. I see names pop up in that chat week in and week out, and I can always depend on you coming in here and talking and chatting it up with me, and I appreciate the heck out of it. Hi, Denise. Welcome to the stream tonight. So we got about 1 minute left in the warm-up session right here. It's going to be the guys' last practice before we get to doing about 140 laps of racing in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This guy right here was the fastest guy in practice, the 3-car Eighmey. He had the fastest lap in practice, didn't quite back it up in qualifying, though. So he's going to have a little bit of work to do to get through the field. But I'm sure he's going to be able to straighten it out okay. Oh, I'm doing excellent, Cindy. Thanks for asking. And oh, I'm doing better now. DMS just showed up.
You would not believe the rigmarole that I am going through. Good evening, race fans. Good evening, Vern.
What rigmarole? What the hell's going on, man?
The rigmarole.
What's the rigmarole going on?
Well, I had to purchase the track for this evening.
Oh, that sucks. And then you had to download it.
Well, no, it's not just. It gets way better than that.
How could it get better than that?
Well, because I haven't put any money in my account since I foobarred about a year and a half ago.
Oh.
When I would try to put $50 into my account, I accidentally hit too many zeros and put $500 into my account.
Oh, that's right. I remember you doing that.
So I haven't had to pay anything for it's been over 2 years.
And they wanted you to pay, didn't they?
So I keep hitting the button 14 cents. I have had money in my account for 2 years, and they would not sell me the frickin' map because I was 14 cents short.
Oh my!
So I had to log into Steam and log into this and add money, and oh my god!
Yep.
Anyway,
all right, we're gonna fire up the starting grid for you. Starting on the pole, P1 tonight. We're going to see the 21 machine of Wade Houston to his outside in second. There's a bootlegger out there, of all people, 17 of Tommy Haynes. Starting third tonight, Benjamin Lacey driving a 7 machine, and to his outside in fourth will be that 70 Nerds truck of Burt Wilson. Fifth tonight, Chuck Sweeting, actually putting down a qualifying lap in the 75. Good lap for him. And to his outside in sixth will be the 31, Richard Holland. Starting seventh tonight, you'll see John T. Wimbish in the 56, and his outside in eighth will be the 55 of Todd Cleveland. Ninth tonight, the 24 Dakota Floyd, and that 10 machine of Rick Fagone starting to his outside in 10th. 11th tonight, you'll see Nick Hunt driving the 00, and to his outside in 12th, the fastest guy in practice, the 3 machine of Eighmey. 13th tonight, Jacob Daniels in the 72, and to his outside in 14th is going to be the 86 of Johnson New. 15th position will be Michael McCauley in the 81 machine. And 16th, we'll have Matthew McMeekin in the 29, Mike Mitchell in the 2 starting 17th, Glenn Jamison in the 63 and 18th, and LZ Daly in the 6 and 19th. And we're green flagging racing just like that. At New Hampshire Motor Speedway with the WFO Racing League's Eighmey contract in Tuesday Night Truck Series. In a good battle for the lead right now, side by side, the 17, Tommy Haynes, the 21 truck of Wade Houston. So Houston qualifying P1. But he's got a battle on his hands, and that 17 got that lead, and he don't want to give it up. He's being stingy. Look at Houston, the 21, sell it off in the corner. He's going to try to move that 17 up a little bit, but 17 says, I don't think so. I'm still there, buddy. And the battle for the lead is on. 17 using the upper lane, but the 21 might get him cleared off the corner. Nope, not quite. They're almost making contact going down the straightaway. 17 racing hard on the outside. 21 trying to handle the inside. And DMS is probably downloading the track right now.
Oh, I'm actually in live right now.
Oh, there you go. Look at this lead battle, man. Since a drop of the green flag now, the 21's going to clear him off of turn 4. 17, though, is going to look for the crossover right here. And we're side by side again. Man, it don't get no better than this, DMS. This is what you buy a ticket for at New Hampshire. Some people just know how to get around this track, and these two are certainly showing that they can. Lap 4 right now of 135, and if you're wondering, yes, they are shifting gears, and I need to catch up on YouTube. Hello, Bill. Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, Diana. Who
Diana.
else? Yep. Matt McChesky. Hello to you. And if I missed anybody, I apologize.
Yeah, don't hold it against him. It's just his old age.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm watching that 7 truck. They were battling up front. And Benjamin Lacey in the 7 machine, we know how fast he can be. He's in that 3rd spot pulling right up on the 17. So you got 1, 2, 3 under a blanket. Then you go back and you got 4 and 5 under a separate one.
Under the sheets.
They're under the sheets. There you go, DMS. 70 truck Burt Wilson. 75 machine of Chuck Sweeting. And really good to see Sweeting put a qualifying lap down. Qualified in the top 5 here tonight. And we got a battle brewing for second now. That 7 truck's starting to put some pressure on. And one of these guys is going to have to go up there and battle with that 21 machine of Houston, because he made one other start this season, and he opened up a can of whoop ass on him, DMS.
Sure did.
So we're going to see if Lacey in the 7 machine or if the 17 of Tommy Haynes, and I believe it was the 17 that ran second to him in that race. So
Ah, man, this track, I love this track. There's only one other track I love more than this. Well, no, I take that back. There's 2.
all
Bristol
right,
and Martinsville.
Yeah, all tracks, all favorites of mine too, no doubt. And New Hampshire's one of my absolute favorite tracks. I get around here really good. I always have. I don't know what it is about the place. I just love driving it. I think it's because it's a flat track. And if you race on this, racing at this track is like no other track on iRacing, in my opinion. I don't drive any other track that's like this one. And everybody has a different driving style. You can run different lines around here. And you can be fast doing different stuff, you know.
Well, Benjamin Lacey got around him that time.
Yeah, Lacey's going to take over that second spot, but he's got They
checked up. Lacey had to check up.
I thought that 17 and 7 was going to make a little bit of love right there.
I know. They gave a little naked.
Yep, they need to probably get a room if they start doing that too much. All right, so Tommy Haynes, 17, falling back to 3rd. He's got Burt Wilson behind him in the 70. Chuck Sweeting rounding out the top 5. Then you got Richard Holland right here in 6th position. Then you got a battle with the 56, 55, and the 3. Hal Eighmey coming forward now. He's moved up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. And I would expect him to. Fastest guy in practice, the 3 car, or the 3 truck. And he's inside the top 10 now. He's going for 8th position. Going to pull up side by side with that 55 machine right there, Todd Cleveland. And that will be a battle for 8th as John Wimbish in the 56 holds on to the 7th spot.
There he goes, diving onto the inside. Is he going to be able to hold it out the corner?
I'll tell you what, that 55 might get a little momentum on the corner exit, but it looks like Hal's going to be able to stay beside him right here. You see Hal using the apron of the racetrack down on this end. And the truck's going to turn for him. He's going to get a real good run off of turn 4 right there, but not quite enough to power by the 55. And that's the problem here. You get side by side with somebody, man. It's hard to make the pass, but he's going to do it right here. Off of turn 2, the 3 truck is going to pull in front of him, take his line away, and that's going to move the 3 to the 8th position. Now the 10, his teammate, Just Rick, going to try to follow through here. 55 of Todd Cleveland going to fall back to the 10th position. Back at 11th, we'll see the 72 machine right here. Jacob Daniels. Got some single file racing going on is what we got, DMS.
Yes, we do. I'm taking a look over here at Burt Wilson and Chuck Sweeney, and it looks like they've caught up to Tommy Haynes in that 17 car.
Yeah, battle for third. The battle for third will be heating up right here. Haynes has got about 0.4 of a second on him right now. I'll tell you what, the 7 of Lacey is cutting down on the 21's lead a little bit too, DMS.
Yep. At the number 3 of Eighmey trying to take over that 7th spot from Wimbish, and he's going to be successful and do it.
I'll tell you,
Can he hold on to it, though?
He's been taking them spots over. Look at Wimbish with the run on the outside. Man, you got just a 4-truck battle right here.
Oh.
Ooh, that was close on the corner exit there. I think Hal's going to have to fall in line and regroup after that one. He's back inside again, and he's got to run. He's staying next to him, DMS.
He sure is. But that's also going to turn around and, that's going to allow Cleveland and Jess Rick to be catching back up to him, too.
Yeah, you see Cleveland able to get around the 10 truck. So we've seen the 10 truck was in front of him. The 55 is going to get back around him. And I'm sure that was just the line he picked during the racing right here. You got 2 trucks side by side up there, and it turns into a roadblock, DMS.
Oh.
And one truck blinks out, and then that turns into a big problem. So 55 of Todd Cleveland going to try to pick up another spot on the 3 truck right here. And I think after the 56 disappeared, that the 3 probably checked up a little bit because he didn't want to get into it.
He was like, wait a minute. I don't want him coming back in on my hood.
I'll tell you, I'm watching the ticker at the top, and we're about to have a lead battle going on. That 7
Benjamin
truck.
Lacey catching up there to Husted.
He's definitely catching them. So Houston has the lead, but it's not a very big one. That 7 truck is getting much bigger in the rearview mirror. Three-tenths of a second, less than that, separate 1 and 2 here. And we know how fast a 21 can be, but man, I'll tell you what, that 7's really impressing me right here. 20 laps in, I don't know how far they can go on fuel. I could take a guess, maybe 30 laps. But maybe it ain't that far. Maybe it's 28 or less, maybe 25 or 4, because they're shifting, DMS.
Yeah. John Cleveland just says, you know what? You guys keep fighting over that spot. I'm out of here. I was going to move the 55 truck of Todd Cleveland up to 7th, and Hal is going to retain that 8th spot, being followed up with just Rick in that number 10 machine.
They finally, all 3, got the 56 cleared. They had been working on them for a while, and it took them quite a while to get by them, but I think they'll be fine once they cleared them here. We go back a battle right here. 11th position.
Yeah.
24 and 72, Dakota Floyd. 72 there, Jacob Daniels. And I think Daniels might have...
he touched the wall.
Yeah, he come in contact with that outside wall there. See the 00, and look who's right there with him. Michael McCauley in the 81. Different paint job on the 81 machine this week. I believe that might be Sweethearts. It is, the candy. So McCauley got the Sweethearts paint, or Sweet Tarts. It's Sweet Tarts, isn't it?
Sweet Tarts.
What the fuck am I saying Sweethearts for?
I don't know, but you were getting me all hot and bothered.
Nation's rubbing off on me. All right, lead battle. Let's get up here. 0.2 of a second.
Just hit the wall. Gonna drop way back.
To run out of turn 4, look at the 7 truck. Pull him right up on the back bumper of the 21 machine. So the lead battle it's real and it's here. Seven machine gonna look like he was looking to the inside there, but the 21 got into that corner so much better. And on corner exit, he's going to get a good run off the corner here. It's going to keep it about 0.2 of a second. You know what they say, catching somebody's one thing, getting around them's a whole different one, DMS.
You got that right.
And both these guys right here just so fast, I don't know that one of them could pass the other one. So if the 7 was out in front, I don't know that the 21 could get around him. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So this is between these two drivers, it's just a matter of track position. But I do like what the 7 did right there. Trying a different line, going to move it up a little bit and cut back down and really get a good run down the straightaway, but I don't think he gained any time. So he's searching out there. He's just trying to do what he can to find something that works, and that's what racing's about. If you do the same thing as the guy in front of you, you're probably not going to pass that guy. But now if you search around,
you gotta be careful. Go ahead.
Oh, he's going to go for the lead now. Whatever he started doing started working, DMS. That time he got a look underneath the 21, not able to do anything with him. These guys are both running excellent lines around New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And unless one of them makes a mistake, it's probably going to look that way for a while. Kind of like third place, Tommy Haynes, Chuck Sweeting. 17 and 75, third and fourth. We know that Sweeting started in the top 5 in 5th position, but we also knew he probably wasn't going to stay there too long. This guy's starting to back, and he'll move up into the top 3. So if he starts in the top 5, then he'll get to the top 3 faster, right, DMS?
You got that right.
Ooh, Tommy Haynes in the 17 almost knocked down the outside wall on quarter exit. You know he's driving the wheels off of that thing. He sees the 75 in the mirror, and out his windshield he sees the 7 and the 21 just getting farther away from him. You're talking about 3 seconds between first and second, back to third. They're teammates. So the Nerds is the 70 of Burt Wilson. He's teammates with the 81 of Michael McCauley with the Sweet Tarts. And where's Glenn Jamison at? Is he racing tonight? He's got the Sour Patch truck. So look right here. You see the 63. He's another one of the teammates. Actually, he's right there with the Sweet Tarts truck of Michael McCauley. So there's the Sour Patch truck. And there's the Sweet Tarts truck. And let's go find the 70 Nerds machine.
Did you just ask if Wilson was racing tonight?
No. I asked if Jamison was.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, he's in 5th.
Yeah, Burt Wilson's in 5th right here in the Nerds truck. It was Glenn that I had to look for, so that's who I was asking about.
Oh.
And Hal Eighmey in a fight for the ninth spot with John Sanu.
So we got 33 laps down, and it sounds like they're going to start coming in for green flag pits. This ought to be interesting. Riding in with the 17 car, Tommy Haynes, as he slows down for pit road.
Yep, 17's on pit road right now, and we got well, I think the leader pitted too, Wade Houston. Yep, he's on pit road as well. That's going to hand the lead over to this driver, the 7 truck of Benjamin Lacey, but I bet he's on his way to pit road now. Filming in the wild, went straight to pit road. Chuck Sweeting going to follow him. Richard Holland also. John Sanu's going to stay out on the racetrack, but I think Burt Wilson's going to take over the lead right here. So the 70 machine has not been to pit road yet. He's going to be the race leader this lap. We'll have to take a look and see what paint is. Oh, he's on 72 is Skull, right? 72 is the Skull paint. Get back here and find it. Absolutely correct. He's riding in the 18th spot right now, but he has been to pit road, so we're going to let this shake out a little bit. We got a lot of chat going on tonight, DMS.
Yes, sir. I see that.
I'm trying to stay up with the race, and I can't even stay up with the chat. You see Michael McCauley's going to take over the lead. Got Dakota Floyd in a 24 going around him, and McCauley ain't going to come down the pit road this time. Dover. I think it was Dover they were all missing the pits, wasn't it, DMS?
Yeah. Yeah, they are having a real hard time getting to the pit area in Dover.
Right on. Cinnamon buns. So Houston's going to open it up a little bit now. He's got about 1.7 seconds on that 7 machine. But I'll tell you, that 7 machine isn't too far away from having a 75 breathing down his neck. That Chuck Sweeting right here in the 3rd. He'll be in the 3rd spot after Michael McCauley heads the pit road. The Sweet Tarts truck going to go right now, and he almost got a little bit of help getting the pit road right there.
He sure did, didn't he?
That was close.
Oh, my goodness.
You won't do that twice. Not in the same race. So that's going to hand it over to this driver. Wade Houston with a 2.4 second lead.
Full tank of gas and some fresh tires. Time to put some time on the clock.
He's putting a little mileage on him, ain't he? And I don't know if it's a tire thing or not. I mean, they have 3 extra sets from the set that they started with, so maybe we're looking at 2nd and 3rd place that didn't take tires. Maybe they saved a set.
Oh, they're going to have to. They're getting about 30. If they're getting about 30 laps, they're going to be about 15 shy.
Little Tucker Carl's. I would not say Wade won't win. Definitely don't bet against that dude. He's fast. I raced against him season 1 and season 2 and probably season 3 and season 4 here. That's one of the toughest competitors I've ever raced against in my life, DMS.
That's because I took the night off.
21 machine right here, Wade Houston. And still has a similar paint scheme to what he ran back then. Hal's still hanging out in the top 10, though. He made it through pit road unscathed.
He's actually running pretty smart racing tonight.
Yeah, he's riding right here in the top 10 in the 9th spot. He's got Dakota Floyd behind him in the 24, back here rounding out the top 10.
If you haven't smashed that like button or subscribed, why don't you tell them, Vern, what happens if you subscribe?
Well, I mean, nothing happens if they subscribe. They're a subscriber to the channel, but if we hit 1,000, shit's going to go crazy. If we hit the 1,000 mark before the end of Season 12, it's going crazy.
Crazy.
We're just
it's
gonna
party time.
We're going to give free shit away. We're going to give a computer, a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, a steering wheel, set of pedals.
No shifter.
No shifter, but 1 year of iRacing. 1 year of iRacing to go with your racing package, and you can go from, I don't know, watching it in your living room or on your phone to racing here on Tuesday and Wednesday nights in Season 13. But that's if we hit the 1K mark before the end of Season 12. That's the rules and regulations on it. He says we're going to get to 1,000. I have no doubt. I think that you guys will. I mean, I don't doubt you, any of you, a bit on that. When you say we're going to hit that mark because you're the ones that make it happen. We're just the ones that put the stream up and commentate the races, right, DMS?
You got that right. Hal diving onto the inside of Cleveland, trying to take over that number 8 spot.
Yeah, that's a battle for
and there's a battle again.
Battle for the number 8 position, just like you said, 3-truck of Hal Eighmey. Working on the 55, and look how he uses the apron of that track there. He put the left sides right on the apron, helped the truck turn, and just drove around and away from the 55 machine.
Hal's gone. He gone.
I'm looking at second, changed hands, 17, Tommy Haynes. The bootlegger going up and taking that spot, and I'm betting it's tires, DMS.
Yeah.
I think the 7 and the 75 saved a set right here. Because we know the 7 was every bit as fast as the 21 was. We know that. And unfortunately, looking at it here, I think they probably should have took tires. If this thing goes caution-free, then
they're heroes.
They're zeros. Because they're going to get stuck with a set of tires left over, and they're going to lose a lot of positions.
Well, you know, and I'm gonna say this is probably one of those tracks. It's gonna be pretty hard pressed to go caution free, but I've been wrong before.
Well, you know, I would say that too, but I'm pretty sure we went caution free at Dover. And I would have never in my life thought that could ever happen, DMS.
Yeah.
And you got a lot more single file racing. The field gets spread out of the track like New Hampshire. So they could possibly go caution free. I know that we're going to go through the field, start off with the race leader, get inside on board here. I think he's
Richard Holland in that 31 car taking over that 3rd spot from Benjamin Lacey.
On board with the 21 with a 3-second lead, and he's saving fuel. Something I just noticed here when we went on board, and we're going to do the, driver drop down right there. So on board with the race leader, 21 truck of Wade Houston. At a lap around New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And if you hear him cutting it down and coasting it, clutching it and coasting it, that's because he is saving fuel. He's also not downshifting. So he's saving fuel and he's not downshifting, DMS.
Wow.
And Tommy Haynes, this driver right here, the bootlegger in the 17, is cutting into the lead. And he is shifting. So he's downshifting into the corner here. Tommy Haynes in second. Get on board with our third place driver. And you're seeing the inside of the 31 truck of Richard Holland. And he can see Tommy Haynes right there in front of him. He can't see Wade Houston, though, because he's gone. Wade Houston is gone. He checked out. Go back to fourth. We'll be on board with the 7 machine of Benjamin Lacey. And this guy had a truck that was capable of racing with the leader tonight. But I know that he didn't take tires on that first pit stop right there and saved a set. And I think it might come back to bite him, DMS.
We've been wrong before, and we'll be wrong again.
Well, there's no doubt we'll be wrong again, but I'm thinking tonight I'm right.
Okay.
So fifth place, we'll get on board with Chuck Sweeting, the 75 machine. He's got, you can see Benjamin Lacey out of Sweeting's windshield, but he's about, I don't know, second behind him here. And this is your top 5 so far. Go back to 6, get on board with the Nerds machine, the number 70 of Burt Wilson. He's 7 seconds behind the race leader. He's about, I don't know, 0.3 of a second behind Chuck Sweeting. And it looks like he's closing on him. No matter, we're going back to 7th, getting on board with the 10 of Just Rick. Or as it says on the drop down, R2 Fagande. It calls him R2. R2D2, DMS. Get on board with eighth place driver. It's the 3 truck, Hal Eighmey right here. He's having a good, solid race tonight.
He sure is. He's just hitting his marks and keeping it solid.
Yep, he's got people up in front of him. That's 4 position. So we go back to 9th position. Get on board with the driver of the 86, John Sanu. And in case you do not know, we've had 0 cautions in 57 laps so far at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
I see, now you're trying to take the under.
Well, I knocked on the wood first. So I go back to 10th, round out your top 10 on board with the 24 Dakota Floyd. He's behind his teammate. Both safely in the top 10, so we're going to cruise back to 11th and get on board with the 63 of Glenn Jamison. This is the Sour Patch machine.
Richard going to overpower Haynes there for the second spot just before the line. So your second place machine for tonight so far is the 31 car of Richard Holland.
Go on board with a driver in 12th here. It's going to be Nick Hunt in a 00 truck. That's the yellow and green John Deere machine. Todd Cleveland in the 55, sitting back here in the 13th position. Hi, Adriana. Welcome to the stream tonight.
Hey, Adriana. How you doing tonight?
We go back here to 14th. Get on board with the 81 machine of Michael McCauley. And we know he's in the Sweet Tarts truck tonight. I don't think McCauley shifted. Nope. He's leaving it in 4th gear. Go to 15th. We'll get on board with the 6 machine right here of LZ Daly. So LZ Daly driving a 6. These guys are on the lead lap. Go back one more. We're on board with the 72 machine right here, Jacob Daniels. It's going to be the Skull, number 72. He's not shifting either. And he's in a battle for this position, too. Next driver we were going to head to on the onboard, Mike Mitchell in the 2 truck, the Jegs machine.
Up here, we are going to go ahead and there is a race battle right now between Houston and Holland, and it looks like we may or may not have a new leader coming around out of this turn. But Houston keeps them off.
And I'm going to head.
We'll find out going in right now.
I'm going to head back to 18th, get on board with the 29 of Matthew McMeekin. McMeekin still on the lead lap right here. And then we'll go back one more to the final truck on the track and 1 lap down, and that's going to be the 56 truck of John T. Wimbish.
And you have a new race leader.
Yeah, getting up front here on board with the 31, but we're going to change our cameras because you're through the field is complete. And you take a look at the lead that Holland's starting to pull over the 21 truck right here.
I'm going to have to say that Holland probably took tires. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. Definitely took tires. I would have thought that the 21 took tires too. Judging by the way he pulled away from the 7 and the 75. But I'll tell you what, if he didn't take tires, holy crap, DMS, that's one fast son of a gun.
I would have to agree.
Because we're 31 laps into the run, which means we're getting ready to do another round of green flag pit stops pretty soon here. But also keep in mind, we seen the 21 saving fuel. And I'm going to pop on board with him real quick to see if he's still doing it. I can tell you that he's not shifting, so this driver is saving fuel. He's still doing it. He's been doing it the entire run, DMS. Man, but that truck is so tight coming off of the corner there, it didn't even want to turn. It looked like it was going to go straight up into the wall. But a guy saving fuel, I don't know what he's doing it for, but he's doing it. Well, now you double up around 68, you can go the distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you make it to this lap right here and you see the 10 truck coming off pit road to 17, they're going to make it. They'll make it on fuel. So, I mean, if you pit later than that, you're going to have a little better tires. So I'm not real sure as he falls 1.5 seconds behind, unless he didn't get a full tank of fuel the last time. I'm not sure why he's doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see any advantage to it, but we're going to find out if he's got something up his sleeve that I just can't see. I don't have a crystal ball, so I do not know what that driver's going to do. And none of these guys, your top 7, have not been to pit road yet. Now the leader's on pit road, 31 of Richard Holland. He's going to hand the lead back to Wade Houston right here. And we're lap 70 of 135, so we're clearly over the halfway point. That means they should have to make one more pit stop. And they'll be
interesting to see how many more laps he's able to stay out.
Yeah, he's got 36 on this stint right now. The other guy's got 34, 34, and 31. So it is going to definitely be interesting to see what happens here. He's going to keep it out another 137 laps on this set of tires and run here. And a guy's he's literally been saving fuel since we did the through the field way earlier ago. He was the first one we got on board with, and they were only like 15 laps into that run. So he's going to lose the spot to the 17 right there, possibly. No, I think the 17 was just unlapping itself.
Yep.
And he hasn't quite done that yet, but yeah, he did when he went around 21. You see the 7 machine of Benjamin Lacey right there, and the difference now is the 7 and the 75 will have tires now. Where they didn't have them before, they'll have them now.
Well, he just called in. He's going to be bringing it in this time by.
All right, so the 21 right here, Wade Houston going to give up the lead, head to pit road. Still not sure why he saved on the fuel, but he did it. He's going to bring that thing right down here to the attention of his crew. And that'll temporarily hand the lead over to the Sweet Tarts 81 machine right here, Michael McCauley. And I'll tell you, I talked to McCauley before the race, DMS. And I have noticed improvement with his finishes the past couple of weeks. And he gave a lot of credit to his teammates in that conversation, and his teammates being the 70 and the 63.
Yeah.
So Burt Wilson and Glenn Jamison, and he said that for instance, he said he had the 63 following him in a race at Dover, I believe it was. And he was helping McCauley out and telling him what he needed to do during the race.
That's fantastic.
It is, and when you see that kind of support, we know that the 63, and he's been the victory lane, and him and the 70 have been fast all season long. So McCauley falling in a team like that, it's a 3-truck team, I could see where he could greatly benefit from that. You see the 81, 6, and 72. The 81 is the race leader. He's the only one that has not been to pit road. These other guys are driving around to get a lap back right here. Yeah, those odds would put you real close to it, Jonathan. Here comes 81 to pit road. And when it gets, when it's all said and done, it's going to hand the lead back over to the 31 right here, Richard Holland. Holland going to go back to the front of the field, put Benjamin Lacey about 2.4 seconds behind him in the 7 machine. So Lacey's going to recover and be up in second. He's got Tommy Haynes right behind him in third. And Sweeting's going to settle out in the top 5 right here, but I'll tell you what, Houston, man, he's right back here behind Sweeting in the 6th position. He does have fresher tires, though, about 4 laps fresher. So, but he's got to make up 6 seconds in about 6 positions to get to the front. Now he come up on a battle, 75 and 10. This is in the top 5 right here. 75's going to drive around the 10. Now the 21's going to try to drive around both of them. Can't make that up, can you, DMS?
Nope, and I'm riding aboard him right now. Listening, he's actually shifting now.
75's going to keep to the outside right here. So 21's going to clear him in the next set of corners, though. 21 sailed it off in the corner. A little bit fresher tires on that 21 machine. So we're going to have to see if he can tear through the field and get back up front. But I'll tell you, it's like I said before, it's one thing to catch him. It's a whole nother to pass him.
Yeah, that's like meeting a woman at a bar. You might get their name, but you're going to be held trying to get them to go stop calling the cops.
Exactly. Take a look at some of these other guys. Give them a little airtime here. 2-truck Mike Mitchell. See Benjamin Lacey right behind him in second, and he's been knocking a little time off the race lead. About 2 or 3/10 of a second to be exact. So Lacey is on his way. And that's the one that I think when the 21 catches the 7, that's when the battle's on. If you remember the first run, the 7 truck could get to the 21 but couldn't get around them.
Right.
And vice versa, I think if the 21 can get to the 7, I'm not confident he can pass them, DMS. But the 31 can't count that guy out. He's 2 seconds ahead of him. I'm going to find John Wimbish right here. These are our 2 trucks that are a lap down, the 2 machine that we were just on, and now the 56 machine right here, John T. Wimbish, the Tide Ride. So the Tide Ride's a lap down, riding in the 19th spot. These guys are still out here plugging away at it.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right here, DMS. There's your race leader, 31 machine, Richard Holland, by 2.4 seconds. We're still going to have one more round of green flag pit stops coming up. And I would say from lap 100 on, they could come to pit road. That'll be right inside their fuel window to make it to the end of the race. We know they can run about 35 laps on a tank of fuel here. That's if they're not saving, so. You see Wade Houston, the 21 truck. He's going to go around Tommy Haynes, and that's going to put Houston back up in the top 3 right here. So Haynes is going to fall back to 4th, Houston up to 3rd. He had about 6 lap fresher tires than the number 17 did right there. And he's got about 4 lap fresher tires than the next guy in front of him, but the next guy's up by 3.3 seconds on him.
And we're back.
Well, welcome back, DMS.
Well, I got to tell you, man, these folks up here in New Hampshire, fantastic people, but they really got to put a restroom in the booth.
Yeah. It's probably the probably the oldest booth we get into, isn't it, DMS?
Oh my goodness. You gotta walk way down the halls, and you can't walk, you know.
The good
you gotta run.
Good news is you go by 2 or 3 beer stands on your way, so
that's the problem. You never make it back to the booth.
Exactly. And I think that's what happened to Nation. I think it's what happened to Nation. Nope. Here's what happened to Nation. Are you ready? From the mothership view, Nation's supplying us with the great camera images from the mothership, and I guess they're floating around New Hampshire Speedway right now, so I think they've done Probe Nation apart at this point, DMS.
Yeah, they're bored of that now.
They dissected them, didn't they? What's up, Hal Jr.? And you tell Mama Riddle we said hello. And we hope she's doing good. We'll go back to 9th place. Get the mothership view of the 3 truck of Hal Eighmey. We're high in the sky right here on that alien mothership.
Well, here we go. This is what we expected right here. The 21 car of Wade just took over 3rd, and now he is going to be and past all the lap traffic, and now is going to be chasing down Benjamin Lacey.
Yeah,
in that 7 machine.
He's got 3.6 seconds to make up, so he's got a ways to go before he catches them. I'm going back here watching a battle, 75 and 17. It's a battle for fourth right here.
Chuck Sweeney and Tommy Haynes.
Yeah, Tommy, the bootlegger in the 17, Tommy Haynes, 75 of Chuck Sweeney. And the battle for fourth it's commencing now. As we sit here and wait, we're going to see it. Side-by-side action, maybe a little door love, bumper love, who knows? Maybe a caution flag. That could happen too, DMS.
You just don't want to be wrong.
Man, and you know, that could always change everything. You get a caution flag.
Oh, yeah.
Caution flag and shit just goes away, don't it? Tommy Haynes, though, doing a great job in the 17 machine, holding the 75 off right now. Well, she's always welcome, Diana, and she knows that. I love her tuning in week and week out and watching with you all. I appreciate every one of you that tune in week and week out. That's what makes this fun. Don't it, DMS?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How many trucks do we have on the track tonight?
We got 19 trucks on the track.
So we have 19 on the track and 17 in the stands.
Yep, 17 in the stands right now. We got to get a viewer per truck.
I know. At least.
Yeah.
We got to try.
Be nice to have 10 or 12 per truck, but I'll tell you what, man, Tommy Haynes didn't give up that fourth spot. He's holding them off. I'm going to head back to sixth, find a Nerds machine right here. Burt Wilson. And look at that, Hal Eighmey picking up another spot. He's in the 8th position. And Burt Wilson losing a spot. The 86 is going to go by and take the 6th position away. So there goes the 86, John Sanu. He's going to take the 6th spot away, put Burt Wilson back 1. And Hal Eighmey's in a battle with the 00. 8th, 9th, and 10th right here, 00. Nick Hunt, 3 truck of Hal Eighmey, and the 10 machine of Just Rick. Getting close to that fuel window, DMS.
Yep.
Final pit stop.
Number 2, just keep it straight down there. Oh, he did. He touched that wall, but he was able to keep it under control.
Man, this is a good battle right here. 8th, 9th, and 10th. 00, 3, and 10. I gave you a shout out earlier, Jonathan. Come on, man. You got to get back racing again. See Dakota Floyd not too far behind that trio. Not too far behind him is going to be the 63 and the 55.
Whew. Well, I'm glad I took my stress medication, man. I am watching this battle between Tommy Haynes and Chuck, and it is amazing.
Yeah, Chuck's finally going to get it done, though. Take that 4th spot away. Yes, a wheel that doesn't have a mind of its own would be a good thing. That's a fact. Watching that, I'll tell you, Houston is catching these guys. But moreover, Lacey is all but run down the 31 machine. He made 2 seconds, go down to less than a second now, DMS.
Yep.
Separating 1st and 2nd. And then Houston's back another 2.7 seconds behind the 7 machine. So we know at about lap 100. That'll put them within their fuel window. And I think we'll probably see some come in. And the early pitters are going to have the it'll give them an advantage on the short run, but not necessarily the long run. No, they don't like being checked in luggage. You fly with your sim racing wheel, and if you see the way they throw them bags around before they put them on the airplane, DMS,
Yeah.
that fucking wheel never work again. You'd be lucky.
If you get it in one piece.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be damn lucky if it's in one piece. Just the steering wheel itself could come out in about 16 pieces. And if they knew what was in that bag, Jonathan, they'll abuse it even more.
Oh, this guy thinks he's a racer.
Oh, look at the little kitty racer and then bust his shit up. You see the 21 here, Wade Houston, 3 seconds behind the race leader. 2.2 behind second place.
I'm starting to hear in the radio there that they're starting to call out some pits. So
I called that shit out right, didn't I? Lap 100, I said. I ain't messing around. Who's going to be the first one to go? The leader, the first one of these top 3 or 4 to go is going to make the difference here. 31 leading it right now. He's got about 7/10 of a second over second place Benjamin Lacey. Lacey back in the 7, and these guys are going to be making pit stops pretty shortly. It's going to be their final pit stop here. We have been clean and green for 102 laps here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway with the WFO Eighmey contract in Tuesday Night Truck Series. And man, we started with 19 trucks DMS and we're caution-free this far. If this race goes caution-free like Dover did, what's that say?
I'm buying a lottery ticket.
What's it say for the drivers at WFO?
Phenomenal. I mean, I think this, and if I could be, well, no, because we did have a few cautions last week.
Yeah, but not only, are they competitive as hell, they're clean. They're just a clean group of drivers. Just 30 truck, 7 truck.
31 coming in now. Your leader is pitting.
7's already been to pit road. So 7 machine right there's got his tires, and he's going to take off. He's going to chase that 6 machine, the Reese's truck, off the pit road. And this is the final round of pit stops right here. You see Wade Houston's going to take the lead over. And I know Houston will stay out there a few more laps. I do know that. Mostly because he don't have a ton of laps on the run, and that'll give him a little bit of an advantage. But the longer he stays out, the bigger lead that the 7 and the 31's going to have.
Yellow. We got trouble.
We got a freaking caution flag. What in the hell happened? Oh, damage right here, so let's back it up. Fire! That's the only way we burn it down at WFO. It takes a long time to see what happened. I don't know that it was this truck. I just seen damage on it, and I thought maybe it could have been, but I don't think it was. I think he already had the damage.
Yep, you already did.
Yep, so now I'm looking for the truck that, there it is right here, 24, gets sideways and collects the 10. Damn it, man. Rick Vagone getting caught up in it. He's got heavy damage from the inside wall. Watch that again. Ooh. That's going to put a lot of damage on the 10 machine, too. So 24 and 10 with damage from that one right there. You can see Vagone trying to get it going in the right direction. You got the 3 truck on pit road of Hal Eighmey. And just like that, it all changed with a caution, and the one truck that had not made a pit stop. Look at this, the 86 machine of John Sanu. Still out on the racetrack. What a break for that driver. The 86 of John Sanu. I don't think he had all of them a lap down. So we'll have to see how many of them were on the lead lap, because John Sanu was the only truck that had stayed out. It's pretty crazy, DMS.
I was trying to figure out. Somebody said they ran out of fuel, but it looks like I guess they must have made it back into pit.
Yeah, Sanu's on pit road now. That might have been Sanu that ran out of fuel in the 86, actually. He's on pit road now, so that'll change it all over. Lacey's going to be the leader in the 7, 31 in second, 21 in third, 29 in fourth. That's what it looks like. 72, I believe, is still lap down. And I don't know what the hell just happened there, but yep, sitting in 14th. And we got to get back to live right here. We're back to live. It's one caution flag in 107 laps now. We're not going caution free. That ship has sailed, DMS.
Yes,
it's gone.
It has.
It's gone. It left port.
It gone.
It's gone.
It gone.
Yeah, it's out of here faster than the alien spaceship that Nation's caught in. In fact, I seen it racing the spaceship. It's like watch me whip that.
That number 3 machine
ass.
of hell. Did he get caught up in there? He's got a lot of damage on the front and rear.
I did not see him get caught up in that one. He might have gotten something else, but I didn't see him. The front don't look too bad on it. He's got damage on the right rear for sure. That won't affect him too bad here, I wouldn't think.
I was watching it. He took a really long pit time, and I was watching him, and they bumped out some of the stuff on the right front.
Oh, we got pace truck in now.
We're about to go green again already, huh?
Well, we're green flagging racing. New Hampshire. Eighmey contract and Tuesday Night Truck Series back live. Battle for second, 21 and 31. Holland on the outside, 21 Wade Houston trying to make it work on the bottom. And we got a truck headed to the wall. It's the 72 machine. He's going to go down there and knock down the inside wall. Bunch of damage on the nose, and
caution's out.
Caution flag is out. So let's take a look at what happened to that driver. And we can only do that one way if you're watching the stream.
Fire!
Fire! That's right here on the WFO Racing Network. And then it takes forever to back up after the fire. So here we go. He just got loose all by himself. We've seen that with the 24, now the 72. And what do they say? Cautions breed.
Cautions.
Cautions, that's right.
I've heard that a time or two.
I've said a time or too many. All right, so we got our second caution in succession. This has all happened within the last 8 laps, DMS. No cautions for 102 laps, and in 8 laps, 2 cautions. I jinxed this son of a bitch. I did. Jinxed us out on it, and help me understand this one. So time don't look too bad, though. We're at 10:05, and we've got roughly, I don't know, 24 laps left.
25 laps to go.
Yep, so not too bad. We might get done at a decent time. I doubt it. I never do.
It depends on who the interviews are with.
I never get done at a decent time, I'm telling you. Got all the interviews afterwards, and then I got to do the points, and it's just crazy DMS.
I brought my violin tonight, though, for you.
Oh, you're going to play it for me?
Yeah.
I'm going to need it. All right, so who do we got here? 7 leading it, 31 truck, 21 truck. Who's our top 5?
Top 5 would be the Benjamin Lacey. He's going to hold off to the first. Richard Holland going into second in that 31 car. Wade Houston going in on the third spot in that 21. Matthew
McMeekin
in the 29 car. And John Snew is going to round off your top 5 in that 86 machine.
Yeah, so it definitely did work out for Sanu in the 86, staying out right there. Going to move up some positions. He's got fresh tires on that machine.
But out of nowhere, just throwing it in there, Nick Hunt in the 6th spot, Chuck Sweeney in the 7th, Tommy Haynes in 8th, and Bert Wilson 9th or 10th.
You got the whole top 10 there. Lights are out on the pace truck.
Somewhere around there.
Pace truck's in.
And we're about to go green.
And we're back to green flag racing just like that. Battle is back for second place again. Wade Houston, the 21. 31 of Richard Holland. They're going to go after it. Look at Wade Houston go. I don't even think he hit the brakes going into the corner there. He's going to drive right around the 31 machine. That's going to put Houston quickly up to the second position. But I'll tell you what, he got around that 31. But can he come up here and get around the 7 truck of Benjamin Lacey? That's going to be a whole nother story to see. If you're watching us on your radio.
I look a lot better on the radio, by the way.
That's right. Me too. All right, so they ain't single file all the way back. You see the 17 and 00 side by side back there. I'm going to hang out and watch the lead, but I am going to get back there and take a look at that. This is a battle for the 7th position, I believe. A couple of teammates there. 00 truck of Nick Hunt in the 17 machine, the bootlegger Tommy Haynes. Tommy's going to fall in line behind the teammate right here. He's got Burt Wilson, Todd Cleveland, a couple others in tow back there. We're going to get back to the front. Top 3, Benjamin Lacey. 21, Wade Houston. 31, Richard Holland. Lacey, the leader. 115 to 135 complete, now 116. Look at that 21 close up on corner entry. Now he's going to get a look underneath of him.
Oh.
Ooh. That almost took both of them out and made Holland a happy man. I thought it was going to be a caution right there. That 21 checked up, man.
Sure that was going to be a caution.
That 21 checked up and cut him a break, didn't he? It's just the way they drive into the corner differently, the different braking points here. The 21's got a tendency of really selling that thing off in the corner. DMS.
Yes.
And it's just the one end of the track that he does that on. And when I seen him pass Holland down there really quickly. But the 7's so good down here in 3 and 4. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So 7 drives 3 and 4 different. The 21 drives 1 and 2 different. And one of them's good at one end of the track and the other one's good at the other end. Now, though, the 7 drove it off into turn 1 a little bit deeper that time. And they're kind of going to mirror each other through the corner. Three laps difference on tires, though. Wade Houston, the 21's got about 3 lap fresher tires. Look at that, though, out of turn 4. Lacey pulled him by 3 truck lengths. So that 7 truck has got turns 3 and 4 figured out, but he's not as good down here in 1 and 2, and he gives all of it back up. So everything he gained in 3 and 4, he gave up in 1 and 2.
As long as he's not, but if he keeps that same pace, then I think we're going to be okay.
Oh, yeah, he's not, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Right there, he pulled another 2 or 3 truck lengths on him.
Yep.
Turn 4 is just where the 7 truck gets it done. And he's starting to figure 1 and 2 out a little bit better here now, too. And we knew, we talked about it earlier, I mean, at the beginning of the race. If whichever one of these guys was in front, it was going to be next to impossible for the other guy to pass him. And we're seeing it now. I mean, he's the 7 so good through 3 and 4 that he's just leaving the 21 behind. DMS.
Yeah, and Wade is just sitting and you can see he's sitting in the cockpit right now just thinking, what a way to figure out 1 and 2.
Exactly.
Why couldn't you have waited till practice tomorrow or something?
No doubt, because he was able to run with them down and, run them back down in 1 and 2. And then take the beating out of 3 and 4, and he's still taking the beating off of 3 and 4, man. That 7 truck is just flying off of turn 4, DMS.
Yes, he is.
And if he can continue that, for another, 17 laps? 14 laps, actually. Look at him off of 2, though. He's so good off of 2 now, too, that it's making it really hard for the 21 to do anything. I would call it a battle for the lead, but right now that filming in the wild number 7 machine of Benjamin Lacey's taking care of business, man. We'll go back to Richard Holland. He's a little bit behind that battle. 0.5 of a second separating 1 and 2. Another 1.4 back to the 31 of Holland. Maybe Holland saved on some tires. He can do something the last 10 laps. We're going to wait and see. Johnson knew, though, in the 86 truck. Very impressed with him since this restart. He's not too far behind Holland, and if he can get up there and get around him, the guy gets on the podium. And a podium finish for the 86 with a night he had, that caution could have turned it right around for the feller.
Could have. Might have.
And it has so far, so we'll wait and see how it ends. But another driver we haven't talked about much this race because he hasn't been up here, the 29 of Matthew McMeekin in the top 5.
I'm not really sure what happened with Matthew on that restart.
We got cars in the back just zooming around each other. I don't know what's going on back there. There's the 72. We'll go back and look at his truck. It's got a lot of damage on the front. Then I'm going to get back with McMeekin in the 29 because this is going to turn into a battle for the top 5 with the 75 of Chuck Sweeting right here. I'm keeping an eye on that lead battle just off the timing, and it's about 0.6 of a second separating the two.
Yep.
And it's stayed relatively the same. So 10 laps to go. Maybe Wade's saving his tires a little bit now. I'm going to see if Sweeting can get up in the top 5 here. He's putting a lot of pressure on the 29 right now. And with 10 to go, are we going to have another caution? We've seen 2 in an 8-lap, range there. So having another one or even finishing under a green-white checker tonight, none of that's impossible, DMS.
Nothing is impossible.
You hear all the downshifting from these motors as they're coming into the corner here. Look at the run the 75 got off down the straightaway right here. He's going to have a lot more speed. Is he going to be able to do anything with the 29? It doesn't look like he's going to make a move yet.
It's a dang nice, beautiful paint job on that 29.
And, man, that 7 truck stretched it out another 1/10 of a second.
Yep.
He gone.
I don't think Wade's got anything for him.
Yeah, I thought that the 21 might be saving something, to come back and battle late, but time's starting to run out, and this 7 truck's he's setting sail. 0.8 of a second going off into turn 1 right here.
That's one of the things that you have to have in driving, and that's patience. But there's a certain point in time where you take the patience and you throw it out the window because if I got Benjamin Lacey, I'm not in front of me. I am not saving anything. I am hammered down until I catch him.
Yeah, and I knew early on, and we both did. Anybody watching the race could see that if it come down to these two, it was going to be a hell of a battle. And we knew that, and they haven't disappointed so far. But I'm telling you, once that run stretches on, this 7 truck is so damn good. I mean, he's so good on the long run that I didn't think anyone had anything for him. He's almost got a second on him now, DMS.
Yeah.
So Benjamin Lacey, the Filming in the Wild number 7 machine right here, is just getting it done at New Hampshire.
Let's not count out the 86 of John Sanu. He is really staring hard at the inside of that 31 truck for that 3rd spot.
Yeah, John's got a few lap fresher tires, and he's running a whole different line here. And I'll tell you what, that 86 looks like he does have a little bit of speed right now.
I think he took a page out of Hal's book there. He's using all of the track.
Look at him use the center and just cut it down right to the bottom, but he gets such a damn good drive off the corner. So the 86 is making something work as he's going to try to get around in the top 3, and just my luck, he'll get up there and get around him, and that'll put us back in a position for 4 fucking interviews, DMS.
Why, we got Richard again for the driver of the day? I think he's paying people. I think he's paying people.
We clearly do, and it's just going to be our luck he finishes 4th, and then we get 4 interviews. So we're going to see if Holland can hang on for about 4 more laps when they go across the line. And I'm going to tell you what, this 7 truck, man, he restarted, and he's just slowly hit the see you later button.
Yeah, he's over a second now.
He's got over a second on the 21 of Wade Houston, and when
I'm a little actually disappointed. You got the number 31. You missed it by 2 digits. I'm number 33. I didn't get a single vote.
Well, don't play a Nation if you're in the broadcast booth. It's a little hard to get a vote as being a driver. Nation used to think he could get them, but we don't give participation trophies out. You didn't participate anyway, DMS. Neither did I.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking at the 3 truck right here in 12th, and look at McCauley in the 13th position. Ooh, that was almost a caution. Watching the 6 and the 81 machine. That'll make the leaders nervous. That right, DMS? Oh, yep. Off the corner.
Jeez. Oh, my goodness.
I think this might be a caution in the making right here.
It dang sure looking like one.
Oh, that 81 ran all the way up the track that time. 6 truck on corner exit. Look at that. This is a caution waiting to happen. We're going to get us a green-white checker. McCauley ain't letting that 6 truck go, and this battle isn't ending.
And he's coming right back for him.
He's going to come back at him on the inside, but I got to get to the front. White flag. 1.2 second lead, and I'll tell you, the 21, watching him come off of turn 2, has done everything he can, but he just can't get to this guy. 7 machine. Benjamin Lacey out of turn 4 for the final time. And Benjamin Lacey in the 7's going to victory lane. He's going to leave Wade Houston back here for second. And look at that. Holland's going to hold on for a top 3 right here. DMS.
Yep.
So that gives us 3 interviews, and we're going to get zippy zapping on those sumbitches really quick here. Oh, I don't need that doing that. There we go. Pull this up. I'm already headed after the points, DMS. That's what you got to do, man. We'll let the results come in. Watch that 7 machine, and I see him down there in the truck lobby. So we're going to go down and get him in just a second. Oh, son of a bitch. We got fire for no damn reason. Got it for no reason, DMS.
That's all right. That's all right.
I just did it for the fans.
Yeah, you gotta do it for the fans.
A little fire up at the race end here, and we're at New Hampshire, and Benjamin Lacey won it. So I'm going to get the results saved, and let's get that feller up here to the booth real quick. Benjamin Lacey, Vern and DMS in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you guys. What's going on?
Man,
Wow.
what a battle you had on your hands this race. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't know if it was going to work out because me and Chuck actually we didn't take tires in that first stop. So we thought we may have to save a set. And the cautions actually probably worked out to where the sets may have played a factor, but ended up resetting basically went around lap 90 or 100 or so whenever first one came out. But yeah, Wade was running a pretty good race. Um, I was just telling him over the radio that I didn't know if he got around me there, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get back around him because passing here was tough. I was able to kind of chase him down on that first stint, but then just couldn't get around him from there. And then kind of strategy-wise, things are kind of going their own ways. And Wade had a good one running, and I don't know. I think if those cautions didn't come through, Wade may have been the guy. Same with Richard. Both of those guys were running pretty good.
Well, I told DMS early in the race when I watched you run him down, I said whichever one of those two trucks is in front is going to stay there. Did I not say that, DMS?
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, it was just, it is just so the caliber of drivers up front is so superior that I mean, just to get around anybody, it takes talent.
It's definitely tough. Chuck is another guy that's tough to pass. Richard's tough to pass. Wade will be tough to pass. You know, John is making a name for himself here, so I know he'll be tough to pass. I mean, we got a few guys up in here that are just, it makes it fun to race with because, it's kind of anybody's bet toward the end. And I think I'm just kind of on a hot streak here because, maybe next week, who knows, maybe Chuck or Richard or, heck, even Wade. So that's what makes this league great and what makes it fun to run. And everybody's so friendly and it's a community, like we all pulling for each other to get some wins, even though we want to win ourselves. So I love that
Exactly.
so much.
Yep, I don't think I've ever heard that put better, DMS.
I haven't either. I think that's. You want to be the spokesperson for the league? Is that what you were saying? The media.
Man,
PR, public relations.
I give that
There.
paint scheme a couple shout outs too throughout the night.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Nation's actually the one who made this. I think he hates Fords, so for him to actually
Yeah,
spend
to
some
get him
time
to
and
paint
credit,
to get him to paint
Yeah.
a Ford for you is pretty impressive.
yeah, I actually didn't ask for it. He just did it because he's a good guy like that. So, for him to paint a Ford, not even me asking for it, that says a lot.
We don't say
Yeah.
much about Nation anymore, do we, DMS? Not since he got abducted by the aliens, and we haven't seen him in the booth since then, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff going on that we pray for him every day.
Yep, yep. I hope he's doing well. We miss him. So, Nation, if you're watching this, man, we miss you, and can't wait till you come back.
So that is let me look at the truck series here since I just did the points. That's back-to-back wins, man.
Like I say, it's lucky right now. Next, on a hot streak. So, like I say, next week could be anyone else.
Yeah, I think Wade had missed last week at Iowa, but he ran at Dover, and Wade was the winner there. And then you come back and won at Iowa, and then you backed it up here at New Hampshire. So, what are we going to see from the 7 truck at Watkins Glen?
Probably off in the dirt or grass somewhere. Most likely in the bus
On the
stop.
truck early.
So we're not going to see a 3 in a row. 3 in a row.
Oh,
there?
I don't know, man. Road courses they're hit and miss for me. Sometimes I do okay, and other times it's just I probably should have spent probably 1,000 laps of practice beforehand. So who knows? Who knows what's going to be next week?
Well, we wish you the best of luck, man. We love having you in the booth
Absolutely.
post race, and you had to race for it tonight. Nobody handed you nothing, and you put on a hell of a performance, dude.
Benjamin,
it was
you got
a lot of
anybody you want to thank there before we let
Yeah.
you go?
Film in the Wild, youtube.com/Film in the Wild, as I always give them a shout out. I appreciate you guys giving the support too as well, and all the fans that are watching. If you haven't checked them out, give them a check out. I don't think you'll be too disappointed, especially if you love nature and documentary type stuff. Appreciate you guys here in the booth. So that way I can go back and watch over, win or lose. It's super fun to watch, and all the admins here in the league. It's a great time.
Yeah, that was 2 in a row for you, but third of the season, man. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you.
And have a good night.
Hey, you.
We might get you back in the booth at Watkins Glen. I think if you do good on tracks like this, you can break around Watkins Glen too.
Hopefully, we'll knock on wood. How about that?
Well, knock on the wood, man. Get a little practice in, see what you can do with them.
Appreciate it, guys.
No problem.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
You too.
So Benjamin Lacey, race winner, and now I'm going to find the 21 machine, and I'm going to see if he's in Discord. He is.
You were secretly hoping he wasn't, weren't you?
No. Wade Houston, we got you up in the broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
I sure do, Vern. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing, Wade?
Hey, not too bad. Sweat my butt off after that race, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looked like you and the 7 were certainly class of the field early on, and the battle commenced from there. Tell us about the battle from your end of it.
Yeah, it was pretty hard fought. Tonight, it was pretty hard to pass. You really needed that track position to excel tonight. After that first run, I mean, I was balls to the walls that first session there on fresh tires and was burning up my fuel, and I realized people were saving gas. So once I pit, I started looking at how many laps we had left and realized that we needed to save. So I switched gears that second run and gave up, 5-6 seconds there. Kind of put myself in a worse position. But it was really great racing with Ben and Richard tonight. Those guys were really fast. We had enough fuel to make it to the end, just didn't have the mustard to make it past Benjamin. So congrats to him for the win. And, I'm pretty happy with this. Honest to God, having no laps turned here in the truck at New Hampshire, I'm happy with the results, so I can't complain.
Oh, heck yeah, man. For not having any laps put in, that is one heck of a run. And it's like we talked about in the booth, and even in Benjamin's interview, he said the same thing. I believe if you could have restarted out front, you tell me what you think, but I think you would have probably won it.
Yeah, I think if the roles were reversed, it would have been the same case. Ben would be saying that, the truck kind of gets a little tight when you're behind somebody and you wear your tires off and you can't get around. You got to go low, dive in the corner, try to get a nose underneath the guy, but it's that runoff, that high line that predominates. So I'm going to be happy with the run tonight. Ben, I got to thank him again. That was a lot of fun racing with him, and, congrats on the pit strategy there, and I'm glad we made it interesting for you guys in the booth.
Oh, heck yeah, you did, and it's awesome talking to you again, man. It's been a long time, but I think when you won it, you weren't even in Discord. I couldn't find you to get an interview with you, so it's good to get you in the booth tonight.
Honest to God, that was my snafu. It's been a while, years since I've been on, and Discord was not set up for mics or my headset, so I had no idea you guys were even talking to me.
Gotcha.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, you were in the booth. I think we drug him up here, didn't we, DMS? And he didn't answer us.
We were like, hello.
So,
See, normal I would. So, anyways, it's glad to be back. I'm really happy to race with you guys again.
well, that's awesome, man, and welcome back. Number 1 and number 2, great racing tonight. You guys put on a heck of a show, and it would have been different if you hadn't had to start saving fuel there when you did.
It was, but you know what? In all honesty, we went green that whole race. That really never happens. Well, actually, there was 1 or 2 yellows. Anyways, it was a long stretch of green flag laps, and that is something that you have
green.
That is something to be proud of for the field that you have here.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of that goes to taking away the fast repairs, and
yes.
I think people are driving a lot cleaner. But, I mean, these guys, for the most part, have been racing together for multiple seasons, and you know that, Wade. You see some of the names the same from when you raced here before. And
exactly.
When you got a group of guys racing together that long, it just, I don't know, you guys know what you're doing.
Yep, exactly. You can race close with everyone, where and when you can push it. So it's really good to have veteran drivers in a league like this.
It is, and it's good to have you back. We know you're a veteran driver, and good to have you back over here at WFO, and we wish you the best of luck. I know you'll be strong at Watkins Glen next week.
Yeah, if I can make it, I got kids in my life now, so they complicate things, but they sure make it fun. It's a different avenue in life, and I'm just happy to be back in racing again because it's a passion of mine. So thanks for letting me join again.
Well, congratulations on the little ones, man.
Thanks.
Enjoy that time. My youngest
Pat-
one is 20 years old now, so
Time really flies. I mean, they say that first 5 years is the most important, so I'm just making the most of it and getting on when I can.
it is. But I'll tell you, the first 5 seem like they drag too.
They sure do because you're dragging yourself tired all the time.
You darn right, and they feel like the first 5 feels like 10 years, don't it, DMS?
Amen.
And then
I'm gonna.
after that, oh my gosh, it goes so fast. They'll get into doing sports and you name
And then
it,
time
and then all
flies,
the
too.
all the school functions going on, and then the next thing you know, you start doing that around 6th grade, and then it's 8th grade, and then it's 12th grade, and it's,
Yeah, and then they're graduating, and
then
you're
college.
like, wait a minute.
And you're like, what the?
And then you realize you got wrinkles where you don't realize you should have wrinkles.
I
Oh
think.
no, you're gonna have that before they hit 5.
Oh, probably. You'd be
Yeah.
lucky. You'd be lucky by the time they're 10 if you got hair left on your head.
Yeah.
It's going fast, trust me.
It does. It'll go faster now.
Yep.
It just speeds it out. Speeds it up. Wade, you got anyone you want to thank while we got you in here, buddy?
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to throw it out to the field that we had tonight. It was fun racing with everybody, super clean. I want to thank you guys in the broadcast booth for putting this together. I mean, it takes a lot of time and effort to do that. So I'm got to thank my friends, family, and also Horse Graphics, now known as Fuel Graphics, for the sponsorship. So that's all I have for you tonight.
Well, awesome, man. Once again, congrats on the win a couple of weeks ago and second place tonight, buddy.
Absolutely. Thanks, you
Congratulations, Wade. Thank you very much.
guys. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Have a
We'll
good
catch you again
night.
sometime soon.
Absolutely,
you too. See you
man.
guys.
So Wade Houston, second place. Good getting an interview with him this week.
Yeah.
We did look for. We had him in the booth. I remember that, and then it just didn't work for us, did it? All right, so I found the 31 truck right there, and the driver's waiting on us. So
Yep. And of course, he's going to need no introduction, considering that he spends more time in the booth than either one of us.
that's
Richard
right.
Holland.
Richard Holland, the only time that spends more time in the booth than me and DMS. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
Oh,
And podium finish tonight. Good race.
Yeah. That's one of those finishes where you feel, you got to be happy with third and get a podium and get an interview and good points day. But man, I feel like we lost a win there when that caution came out.
How hard was it to pass?
Very, very, very hard. Almost impossible. I mean, you had to have a guy mess up, get a run on him, and stuff it down in the next corner. I mean, it was really hard to pass.
So basically, when you on restarts late there, you had to get everything you could.
Yeah. Track position was key. Once you single filed out, it was so difficult just to get a run on someone. I mean, it was just, I think everyone was doing the same thing, and I don't know, it was just really, really tough. I mean, this place is always pretty tough to pass, but tonight, for some reason, it just felt almost impossible.
Yeah, you guys were definitely putting on a great show there. You got up there and you got the lead for a while, and then the I guess pit stops and caution flags about the same time kind of messed you up there, Holland.
Yeah, well, we had the lead. All we needed it to do was go green, and I felt like we had a very, very good chance. I mean, we were out front. I was taking care of it. Lacey was kind of catching us, but we were keeping him at bay there, and I felt good about it because I wasn't overdriving the truck, and I just needed to get through the green flag pit stops and hopefully come out in front of him, and I think we would have been in good shape. And, of course, caution came out while we were on pit road, so I knew that. Yeah, and once we come out, it said to put Ben in front of me, even though I was in front of him. But same thing happened to me last week, which was weird. But then I knew it was going to be really, really hard because track position was key. So, but it is what it is. I mean, we ended up leading a bunch of laps and running up front and finished third. So we'll take it.
well, one of the things that I wanted to mention there, though, is that, I mean, how exciting is it to come to race when you know that you're going to have and you're going to face the caliber driver such as yourself and be able to race clean, race close, and you just really don't know. I mean, Wade put on a hell of a performance tonight. Benjamin put on a hell of a performance. John Sanu came out of nowhere, and it was a phenomenal race to watch. You're obviously in there surgically doing what you need to do, and it's just like, wow, it's such a hard toss up to figure out who's going to be able to do this because you guys are running the same lines, you're running the same speeds, and it was impressive.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, Ben, Lacey, and that Wade and Chuck. I mean, there's a lot of guys in here that are really, really fast, and it a lot of times it comes down to no mistakes, and you just can't make any mistakes. You got to have the right strategy, and no mistakes on the track, and pitting and green flag stops and all that stuff. That's a lot of times what it comes down to, and then you can set yourself up to be in a position to try to get a good finish or win one of these things. But yeah, for the most part, everybody in here races really clean when you're up front racing with them guys, and I got a lot of respect for really all of them guys that we race with. But I've always prided myself on trying to be competitive and being clean and doing it the right way, not just wrecking people and stuff. And
right.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It gets to be when you have those caliber drivers that all have that mentality and the talent and be able to do that. It does make for a lot of good fun racing.
And then what are we going to do when we have 31 to 41 of those drivers on this track?
Oh boy, that would be very interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Caution.
So
probably.
So DMS, what else did the driver of the 31 win tonight?
Oh man, I mean, I don't even think are we even going to have driver of the week in here anymore?
You mean driver?
I mean,
driver of the race here.
Our race, yeah.
We'll just automatically put Holland in by default.
Yeah, I think when we order the tablets for the trophies, we'll just order 100 of them at a time and just go that way. Because I mean, I didn't even get a vote tonight. I, of all people, didn't even get a vote tonight.
Well, I'll give you a vote, dead man. How's that?
He's starting to sound like Nation now, ain't he? Holland.
He is. I agree with you, Vern. You got that right. You got a point there.
Nation used to argue that he should get votes for driver of the day.
Yep.
The difference, though, DMS, you did race a couple races.
I did.
Nation,
true.
Nation didn't.
You got that up on him.
I'm not even last in points.
Exactly, because you made some starts this season, and Nation would say, how many seasons did we hear he was going to race?
Oh, my God. Every season. I've heard it every single time.
Nick, he'd be in a broadcast booth with me one season and be like, next season, I'm going to start racing.
Yeah.
Next season come around, he wasn't racing. So DMS, at least you did get in a truck some.
I do got to say that, it really is amazing the support that we have and that I get from all of, Eighmey Nation, Diana and Angel and, all those guys back there, Hal's family, all, we've come to call them Eighmey Nation, and they really do come out and support us, and they've shown a lot of love and support for me. And, I don't, it's almost overwhelming, really. It means the world to me. So appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, and DMS is starting to see the pattern, though. What happens when the driver of the day votes start coming in, DMS?
Yeah, it's
they roll 31.
I think it's the fastest. Yeah, I think it's the fastest our chat goes all night.
It is.
Gotta love them, man.
31, 31, 31.
Yeah, they're a powerful thing, Eighmey Nation. When they get behind something, man, they can move mountains.
Yeah, and Diana was reminding me that you don't give Nation any credit because he hasn't been on the stream.
No. She knows that I would never give him any credit. He hasn't been around. He doesn't deserve it.
He doesn't deserve it. You hear that? DMS Nation is off the list.
Yeah.
He did that to himself, though, Richard.
Yeah, I know it.
Well, other than all the people you thanked, is there anyone that you missed there?
Well, I got to thank my teammates, of course. Racing with them guys every week, and Hal and appreciate Hal bringing me on here and letting me race here on this team, from day one. And you couldn't ask for a better guy to race for. And he's just really great. So, and then Rick and anybody else that races with us, just we all kind of mesh off each other, and we kind of, how it is, Vern. You've hung out down there. It's pretty fun atmosphere. So it's always fun anyway. So, but yeah, I want to thank them guys and you guys for running the league. You guys doing this broadcast. We wouldn't be able to go back and watch these races if it weren't for what you guys do. And I think I said last week that Deadman brings something a little different to the broadcast, and it's not that it wasn't great before, and Vern does an awesome job, but man, it just kind of livened it up, and you guys bounce off each other really, really well, and it really, really makes it interesting. I've actually enjoyed watching it a lot.
Yeah, I think we're enjoying being in the booth here, and we get along pretty good. And there's Nation with the WTF in the chat.
You know what? There you go. I have got the solution. Thank you. I just thought of it. It just came to my head.
What?
We have driver of the day. Why don't we have broadcaster of the day?
We've talked about that before.
That's what I'm saying.
You know why? Because
they're only allowed to vote when I'm here by myself.
Listen, I'm trying to make a rule where the driver of the day has to be in the top 3, so we don't have to do 4 interviews.
If you put a number that's not in the top 3, it doesn't count.
And when you keep adding people, then it becomes more interviews.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because if we did broadcaster of the day, we'd have to interview them. And
I'll tell you what,
we could do this. We could do this, Vern.
What's that?
Every time I get driver of the day, I just automatically get a top 3, no matter where I finish.
Holy shit!
Oh shit! I'm kind of liking that idea.
I do like the idea from the fact that it gets us down to 3 interviews guaranteed every race, but I don't think the other guys will go for it.
No, probably not. No.
You can next drivers meeting. You can try to make that happen.
Bring that up.
Yeah, bring it up and see what.
Bring it up.
I think it'd be a sour subject. I think.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna. I don't think them other guys are gonna give in to that one. So.
No. But thank you guys though, and again, thank Eighmey Nation, and we are knocking on the door. We're really hoping to get a win for these guys and give them something else to cheer about, and we're in this thing, I think. So we'll make the show and give them a good championship run here and something to root for. So
there you go.
All right, look into the future. I want to look into the future. How are you going to do next week at Watkins Glen?
Actually, we do fairly decent there. I think that not really sure who's the road courses are always like you never know who's going to be fast there. You're not sure who's quick there, and it's always someone and road ringer type guy, and I don't know who's fast there or not, but we'll do all right. I'm sure we won't win, but I'm hoping to at least hold our own.
There you go.
Good deal.
All right.
Well, thank you very much tonight, Richard.
What's that?
I said thank you very much tonight, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably talk to you next week.
I hope so. Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a good night, Richard.
Yep, you too. Thanks.
All right, so that was our 3rd place driver and our driver of the day. That was a kind of a combined all-in-one interview. And DMS, it never fails. Into the stream, right? We're done with the stream. We're on our last freaking interview, and who shows up in the chat?
Yes, sir. The man, the myth, the legend himself.
He doesn't show up in the broadcast booth at no time.
He's showing his support.
He is, so that give us a view. So thank you for that, Nation. But I think I've had it for tonight. It's 10:45, man. I got the points done and everything. We're done with the interviews, DMS.
Well, then there we go. I'll thank all the race fans for coming out tonight. God bless each and every one of you, and we will see you again tomorrow night. Same track, different cars. Right?
Damn.
Different setup.
Yeah, different setup, different cars, and damn, I thought you were going to say we'll see you next week, But no, we got to come
Yeah,
back. tonight.
no.
We got to do it all over again tomorrow, DMS.
You got that right. Same
All
channel,
right.
same bat time, or whatever.
We
Yeah.
will go live at 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night, and we're going to be right back here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway with the Wicked Wednesday Xfinity Series. And it's going to be about 135 laps, too, so make sure you get set to tune into that.
5 cautions.
5 cautions?
5 cautions.
2.
That's my bet.
I'm going to go 2 like tonight.
Okay.
But we'll see. But with that, I want everybody